is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Eric Yutzi. Here's a look at your top stories on this Tuesday. Confessed Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz has filed a motion requesting the judge in his case to disqualify herself. According to court documents, Cruz's defense team has expressed concerns over Judge Elizabeth Scherer, citing issues with court reporting during the proceedings, as well as communication between the judge and the prosecution. They're concerned the judge will not remain impartial through the proceedings. Throughout the case, the defense team for Cruz has repeatedly expressed concerns about being ready by the January trial date, a date the judge has pushed for her to keep the case on track. Police searching for 3 shooters after a birthday celebration ends in gunfire. Jamal Pies was killed at a home on Northwest 116th Street near 7th Avenue. He had survived another shooting just 4 years ago. 2 other people were injured in Sunday night shooting, including a 13-year-old who was shot in the head. Police say this is not the first time this home has been a target. A man was killed there in May. A forklift operator behind bars after a fatal crash in Fort Lauderdale. Police say 30-year-old Ulysses Umanzor was operating a forklift along Poinsettia Street and Seabreeze Boulevard when he pulled too far into the intersection with the forks out, causing 70-year-old James Zakos to slam into the forks. He was taken to the hospital where he died. Umanzor did not stop following the crash, did not have a valid driver's license or a permit to operate heavy machinery. He is facing several charges, including leaving the scene of a crash.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying, play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
Major cleanup operation set to begin today after a massive fire destroyed 2 multi-million-dollar yachts in Fort Lauderdale. Officials believe the fire was accidental. Now contractors and salvage crews have been given the okay to start cleaning up the damage left behind. It sparked early Saturday morning at the Universal Marine Center. The yachts, which are worth up to $20 million, were in the process of being repaired. Officials calling this incident the most expensive fire loss in Fort Lauderdale history. As breaking news happens, we'll keep you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.